Today I'm going to talk about For All She Knows by Jamie Beck. Now, Jamie Beck is a reliable author who writes a lot of great books. This is actually the third in the Pontomac Point series by Jamie Beck, and they're all really good books. But this just happens to be the last one that I read and the one that I'm reviewing. So the story is about Grace and Mimi. Now, Mimi has a different style of parenting. She's much more loose about things than Grace. And nevertheless, they are great friends. They're quite different in personality, but they complement each other. And their friendship is like sisters, and they don't think that friendship will ever be broken. And each one provides a certain quality in the other's life. So Mimi provides Grace with a certain inspiration, a kind of a flamboyance and a fun sort of side that Grace wouldn't have in her life otherwise. Whereas Grace provides Mimi with a kind of stability that she doesn't have in her own life. And they both have different kinds of relationships. So Mimi's a solo mother with a not great relationship with the father of her child. And Grace seems to have a solid marriage at the beginning. So what happens is Mimi's son has a party while Mimi isn't there. Now, when Mimi left, it was just a few kids watching TV. However, while she's away, it turns into a full-blown party with a lot of alcohol. And Grace's son ends up falling down the stairs or being pushed down the stairs by a bunch of boys who've actually been bullying him. So there's a whole sort of bullying story in there. And the boy who falls down the stairs is badly injured. It's like he may not ever walk again. So this is a pretty desperate situation. And it shatters the whole community because, of course, there's the parents of the kids who they think or they wonder or they're not sure whether they actually pushed him down the stairs or not. And then there's Grace and her husband. And litigation ensues. So Grace and Mimi end up on either sides of this dilemma because Grace ends up suing Mimi. And yet they were best friends. So it's like, well, are they ever going to be friends again? And you can see through the writing how they kind of need each other and how with this big rift in their life, they both wander off. But they learn, of course, a great deal from this experience. Grace's marriage nearly falls apart, basically because Grace is unable to forgive. She has to hold somebody responsible for this terrible accident that her son had. And a lot of the book, they wait to see whether he will walk again or not. And as you can imagine, if you're a parent, or even if you're not a parent, if you can imagine being a parent, that's pretty horrible, the thought that your child might never walk again. And of course, he's in a lot of pain and his recovery is slow, and there's all of that in there as well. So I'm not going to tell you whether the kid walks again because that provides this kind of mystery element that keeps you reading. Apart from just the really in-depth characterization in this book and the excellent writing. If you like contemporary fiction, literary fiction, fiction where important themes are examined, then I think you'll really enjoy this book. So for me, it's another 5 out of 5 stars, and I would recommend the whole Pontomac Point series. That's it for now.